Okay, this isn't working. Let me stop. I'm gonna have to reset. Oh. Hello, hello. Hopefully we're live. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna double check. I've been having some issues, so I'm struggling right now. Yes, we are. That's a go on purple site. What about red site? Okay, let me make sure it's actually working on YouTube. Alrighty, hello everyone, my name is Sheshire, the Devil's Not So Funny Jester, and today we are back with some more art. Now, at first I was going to continue working on Sheshire and Rosy Bell Moose art that I was doing the other day. However, I really wanted to commit to the Military Monday, so I think that's what we're going to do. Right? Hopefully you're all doing well. Sorry about the last stream. I know I streamed 2 days ago, but it really just was not working. I don't know what was wrong with my YouTube, but it wouldn't set up properly. But we're back. You know, I only have to threaten it a couple times and smack it. But we're back and alive in one piece, right? I should make sure everything is running smoothly. Don't know why. Weird. Okay. It's being a little weirdo. Gonna leave it on here. We're not gonna mess with it, because that's how it's working right now. Let me just see if I can rename the title to Military Monday. Maybe? No? Okay. You know, that's fine. That's okay. It's gonna give me the chance to rename it. Maybe. Maybe yes, maybe not. Okay, there we go. Military Monday. Art. I don't know why it doesn't let me update the YouTube one. Well, let's me update Twitch, but that's okay. We're gonna set it to Military Monday now. The people know what we're doing. Okay, so you know what? Today, we are going to be drawing Smugglana. Smugglana. Right. Let me get out my reference. We're gonna condense this down a little bit. Right. There we go. Allow me to make sure. Do one quick check. YouTube's still running. Let me change the name, because it's really bothering me now that the YouTube one isn't updated. But hello, hopefully you're all doing well. I know it's been a minute, I'm so sorry about that. Military Monday. There we go. Save. Okay. Now that's done, we're gonna tab back to this aircast thing. There we go. That's working. Then we're gonna back to OBS. Oh, okay. Nothing ever happened. Everything is fine. Okay. Now then. Kind of going through earlier. I know last time when we did Sheshire and Rosie's, it was sort of a rush, right? But this time, I have a little rough sketch that we can work with. We're really just gonna go from there. Okay, and the other thing is kind of figuring out the military proportion and what we're going to do for outfits and that sort of thing, right? Because I did whip out ye olde military references, right? And these are some more Slavic ones throughout the ages, right? So we could give the band like that. It's a little bit older. Thinking something like that would be kind of nice. However, I don't know how we would do the hat with her hair, though. Death Battalion. Right, like these are all pretty basic. I could do big foofy hat. But I don't think that's going to work, so we're not going to do that. So instead, what we're going to do... Let me see if I can get a better reference of her. That is the frost fire on it. Let me just do the frost. And then that way, I won't accidentally confuse it. The hairstyle or something while in the middle of drawing. Da, da, da. Okay, I feel like I can get rid of this because that's rough. Is that a new layer? Okay. So the face kind of looking up, right? No, I feel like it should maybe be looking more this way, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. Now the music is kind of crackling for me, but hopefully you all can hear it properly. There we go. Just something like that. I'll have the sleeves like this. See, the shoulder is originally a little bit set down because she will be holding something, so I don't want to F up the anatomy too bad. Okay. Have the eyes somewhere there. So let me, sorry, I have a little like sketching glove that I can put on. I had it in my backpack, but give me 1 second, I'm gonna grab it. And then that way, the screen isn't gonna smudge every time I try and draw on it. Okay, I'm back and alive and in one piece. Hopefully no one died while I was gone. Then. We have these rough proportions, so I don't want to be overly sketchy with it. Her tail might be similar. Okay, so we're gonna just not focus on that right now. Knees like that. Let me just, here. And then that way, okay, we'll have her with like a more stable posture. I felt like earlier the stance just didn't make sense. There we are. This time, unless I have something more like this. And then it's more so like she's just walking. You know, that could work. Okay. I'll have a little hair flick like that. Now the audio should be working fine. I don't know why it's being difficult. So if we have, what I'm thinking is wind going in this direction, right? Which means the hair is going to be swept like that. Okay, the music is having a stroke. Let me try and change that. Okay, is everything else alright? Yes, okay. Now let's go back here. Computer. Computer, please, I swear to God, I will stab you. Okay. Stay in my home. Dun, 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 dun. Right, so because it's spiked like that, it'll be blowing like this. Okay. I think maybe I'll have hair trailing like that. Yeah, and then that way we'll have these little trails on the bottom there. Trailing off like that, okay. And the hair should kind of come together in the middle, like this. Little spiky ears blowing in the wind. And then just a little fluffy, like spiky bits at the end. Or, no, should I? Okay, that's not great. I don't know what is wrong with my headphones, but they're having a stroke. Are they back? Okay, my headphones are working. They just decided to have a stroke for absolutely no reason. Which is really bizarre. Strange. Nothing ever wants to work, I tell you. Let me try and reset it. Okay, that's fine. You know what? Nothing wants to work. Nothing has to work. I might need to reload this tab. So the chat is choosing. Chat is choosing to have a stroke. Now then, back to the ears. These wouldn't actually... Would they fly around in the wind? I'm trying to think. We can add them later. Maybe they would blow in the wind a little bit. Just, you know, something like that. Okay, there we go. So if we're thinking, if the hand is adjusting the hair out of the way, I have to reorientate this angle a little bit. There we go. Which means I might need to make the body way bigger, because yeah, the anatomy does not make sense so far. Okay. Now what kind of... Smaller expression, probably mouth turned down or something. Although I am kind of curious. No, if that face would even work, I don't think so. I feel like the eyes are way too small for her. And I may or may not need to reload OBS because I cannot see the chat. You know what, that's doing its job. Okay. We're not going to play games with this. Folks. Cancel. try and reset it. Multi-chat, you gonna do your job? No, you're not. Okay, you know what, that's fine. No, the multi-chat is not gonna do its job. Okay. That is not doing its job. Interesting. All these things are having a stroke right now. No. Okay, that isn't doing it. Check the first one, the second doesn't want to work. I don't know why it's always this, but there's just always something wrong. No. You know, we're just gonna happen to have the Twitch chat open on its own. Because the multi one doesn't want to work. Yeah, it's just choosing to be a pain. You know, which is fine. Won't be able to see the YouTube, which is unfortunate, but that's better than nothing, I think. We'll just check on YouTube now, then again. There, we'll do it right now. Hello, YouTube. Hopefully you're doing well. We're just gonna check out the YouTube. Make sure. I'm gonna mute the tab. There we go. Okay. Check on that once in a while. And that's the only thing we're able to do, unfortunately. But you know what? That's fine. And we'll go back to this. There we go. Okay. Improvise. Da, da, da. So right, the eyes probably were not big enough. Or they were way too much on the center, just the anatomy did not work out properly. Okay, maybe I erase this. Okay, no. The weird thing is, because she doesn't actually have human ears, the gap of where the rest of this is supposed to be is kind of weird. Still trying to figure out the rest of the head anatomy too. Okay, now this way, the head might make a little bit more sense. 50 still, maybe. Not a lot, but more than before. There, we'll have hair, like, pooling, like this, over the hand. Dun, 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 dun. Thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do anything for the background or not. We'll see if I even finish this today. But I was thinking like a harsh winter with the storm going. Maybe like a hand out here. And if I do, separate the eyes like this. And there we go. Just the eyes like that. Let me erase that little gap. I don't know if I should make one of the eyes closed. Or just have them. There we go. Maybe I should move the eyes up a little bit. This doesn't make sense. Let's try that. Teriosi, how are you doing? Sorry about that, I was locked in. I was concentrating on the drawing there. I was trying to figure out why the eyes were looking so effed up there, and I didn't notice your message. Cold. I suppose 'tis the season and all that, right? I mean, it hopefully wasn't as cold as the last couple of days. I think it should have been warming up soon, but I guess it depends on where you are. It's still cold. Oh, that's, I feel bad now. My apologies. Hopefully you get warm soon. Right? Got some nice rain and critters in the background going. Let me know if you want to change it. The little cozy atmosphere here hopefully distract you. Music and the sound of my schizophrenic voice. At least I don't have to go to school. Oh, did you get a snow day? I suppose that's a benefit, right? As long as you can stay inside all day, then it doesn't really matter. But then if you have to trek and the schlepping back and forth with all your stuff, it gets to be a pain. See, I know I'm a weirdo because I enjoy the weather, but I know most people don't. The layer of hell I'm in is particularly cold. I don't like the nose. God, at least back in the day we never got snow days. You got hit by a snow. Was it the same person? If it was the same person, you need to make them your nemesis. That's 2-0. Okay, well. If it was the little brother, then I suppose you can have a little bit of sympathy then. You know, back in the day, some of my fights used to just devolve into grabbing a bunch of snow and hurling it at them. It didn't even have to be a snowball anymore. It was just pick up the largest pile of snow and start chucking it. But I mean, if it's just a little kid, then. I mean, whatever works. I mean, there you go. At least you have that instead of school, and that must be a plus. Back in the day, we were so used to having, like, several feet of snow that there was never any snow days in the year ever. And it didn't help that I was much farther away from the school than the other kids were, so. Even if the weather was fine for them, I was so far away where I could be getting really, really bad snow, and then by the time I get to the city, nothing. No. Oh, right, yeah, the little classes now, they have, like, the designated resting times and all that sort of thing. I guess that must be nice. Although I do hear that now that sometimes people, their attention spans are sort of shortening, so they might be going kind of crazy or having difficulties staying quiet. Because I can imagine a lot of kids, they're used to being on screens now all the time, and I'm sure there's always somebody in the corner making noise or something, but that's where you clobber them over the head with a pillow or something, tell them to shut up, and then you can go back to sleep. See, I feel like that was starting to be a thing at some of the schools I was in. There was so much trouble after staying up all night playing games, and you go to school, you were sleepy as all. I know. Right? Now they have time to rest. Half the time it's like they don't do anything all day in class. Oh, they absolutely are, yeah. Don't even get hit with the ruler anymore. I know back where I was at, they would have never allowed that. Now I need to move this. Especially if you're at a pretty... Have you seen the Roblox drama? Oh, no, do tell. I'm very much out of the loop. Struggling to fix this goddamn nose. Yeah, I don't really... I've never played Roblox or touched it before, but... They're moving classic faces? Oh, like they're changing the skins and that sort of thing? People are mad because the skins that have been there for a while are getting removed. No. Oh dear god, of course they are. AI for the new faces, like it's creating the new skins? That sounds incredibly stupid. Only the faces. Oh, that... What's the point of using it? So you're gonna model the rest of it and then just have AI do the faces. That seems incredibly stupid. That seems more difficult than just drawing or having somebody model the face yourself. It looks so ugly. Yeah, I assume so. It's always awful. Okay, here, let me pull it up. You know what? This nose is bothering me. We're gonna have to... We'll redo this when I get back. Stay there. Roblox. Face. Let's see. Oh, dear God. I feel like I'm missing something. Roblox new faces. I don't know. There's nothing. Okay. Oh, I see them now. That is ugly as all hell. Wait, I'm seeing people pay money for this? Is there in-game currency? I assume so. Who in their right mind would buy these? Robux. Oh, dear God. Why? I don't... Those are some of the ugliest goddamn things I've ever seen. Yeah, no, I myself never really got into Roblox. I had some, I guess, relatives or even friends of mine with younger siblings who were into it, but I just never did. Oh, I'm kind of glad because I hear all the different controversies now about the dramas with predators and that sort of thing, because it's ridden with them. It got worse, like in 2025 they had drama with Schlepp. I'm gonna be honest, I have absolutely no idea what that means or who that is. I am spiritually 87. Permanently offline. Like, I know they put an age verification, all that sort of thing, as of recent, but... the legitimacy is yet to be determined. No. No, none of these noses are working. Okay, there we are. Who's catch these weirdos who are talking to children? Oh, yes! Oh my God. I did hear about that. That was, right. The guy who was trying to expose predators, and then he ended up getting kicked from it by the app or something like that, even though he was, like, exposing them. Yeah, that was incredibly stupid. I saw that. That was disgusting. Here, let me... See, that's just gross. I don't know how the company would have an issue with that, because, one, he's not speaking to minors, so there's no issue there. Two, it's not like he was impersonating an adult or doing anything, because he was making up, as far as I'm aware, it wasn't like he was pretending to be specific people. He was just pretending to be a generic, like, little kid. So it wasn't identity fraud. Like, what kind of sick sort... It reminds me of, like, the Epstein garbage going on now. It's like, if there's nothing to hide, why are you so trying so hard to stop anybody from finding out who's a pedophile? No. Now, let me shorten the face. Maybe this will help. Roblox fandom is going insane. Someone, I think, looked pictures of the owner of Roblox while he was in his house. Oh, dear God. And then you get the stalking and doxing. I mean, there's crazy people everywhere, right? Like, I think VR chat was a similar thing where they were revamping the entire program. The pictures might look at AI, but they look really real. I mean, and that's the other unfortunate thing now is you can never tell what is or isn't AI, right? Like, we live in an age where it's so easily faked that you never know what you can trust, but I wouldn't put it past somebody to actually try and dox him and find out where he lives and then track him down. Like, happens all the time. There we go. Let me just do some erasing on this. Like, there's crazy people everywhere. But then if it is AI, I guess there's no way like he can deny or confirm it, because it's not like he can just show pictures of inside his house to be like, no, this isn't a real photo. Because if he does that, then they can just track down where his house is. Because I think there's people, his name is like Rainbolt or something too, but there's plenty of people where you give like the slightest little picture of anything, even like a single floorboard or floor tile, and they'll be able to track you down anywhere in the world. So like whether it's true or not, it's not like he can say anything. Crazy. And if it is AI, then like why would somebody go through the trouble of faking that? Like, I don't see the point. I don't know how easy it is, right? I haven't used generative AI before, so I don't really know how it works, but wouldn't you have to put some time and effort? By the way, the Roblox Twitter is getting the most crazy moments. I mean, Twitter's like that. It's always the crazies or the weirdos. The issue is echo chambers. You find other people on there who are crazy or schizo or terminally online. No, it's not bad. Well, then I assume the worst. My apologies. I guess the side of Twitter that I'm on gets the bad VTuber drama. Oh my god. It's always something. Roblox Twitter. Okay. Let's see, Roblox Twitter. Okay, let's see what's going on. It's K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. Oh, they got community noted too on one of their posts. Roblox claims this change aims to help users express themselves authentically, but the removal of classic faces does the opposite by removing a core part of Roblox's identity and style. Interesting. No extra drama. Let me see what I'm missing. Am I missing something? I mean, other than that, I don't see anything crazy about Twitter. Unless I'm just missing some post. Okay. updates on age verification. Contrary to their safety claim, facial age estimation has been shown to have numerous issues, including being easily bypassed. Interesting. Oh, they're getting community noted on like everything that they put out as statements. Interesting. Click on the comments. Oh, okay. So I see. Let's scroll to one of these. Bring back faces. Jill have a guide on how to animate faces. Funny. Okay, let's click on the video of the CEO. Let's look at the comments. You say you're not moving class faces, but it's simply not true. The class 2D faces are getting removed and replaced with dynamic faces that are meant to be copies of them. The issue in some of these faces are so far off from the original looks like. You say you're going to fix them and make them one-to-one, but you could avoid all this by just not doing the update in the first place. Interesting. Should Roblox keep classic faces? 91% yes. I have no face, but I must scream. Dave, the classic faces don't even need— oh wow, every single comment on here is completely disagreeing with him. Wow. There's thousands of them too. Thanks, Dave. The 2D faces don't need a redesign. Just make another item category. Do better. Wake up. Oh wow, not a single reply, not a single comment is agreeing with him. You miss old Roblox? Well, I mean, hopefully maybe they'll learn, but I know it's kind of very unlikely for most companies. They sort of just tend to do the opposite of what people want. What was old Roblox like? I never played it, so... I mean, it's like little mini-games and stuff, no? They don't learn it out? No, nobody ever listens, right? Even, like, movies now, where Disney or, you know, they keep changing what you're putting out, and then the fans don't watch it, then they blame the fans. But it's the company that's choosing to do something different with it, right? You have to listen to your audience. Right. Like they keep thinking that they can get away with it, but once you see, you know, everybody leaves and you have no more money anymore and you start incurring debt, then they're kind of forced to. Absolutely, right? It's the only thing that teaches them. But I think that one of the unfortunate things is we now kind of have this culture where nobody wants to fire the people who did a poor job. Like, let's say you make a game, right? You put a bunch of effort into it, yada, yada, yada. It flops really, really bad. The people will keep those same people in charge and just, you know, tell them to try again, instead of being like, you screwed up the company. Like, let's say they bring in this new guy, he changes the game really, really badly, all the players hate it. Just fire the guy. Bring back who was in charge of it before. I don't understand when they keep trying to do new things over and over and over again. If you have somebody who's doing their job, right, and the game works fine, just keep whoever's working on it already. You don't need to change anything. It's like when companies bring in new movie producers or game directors and they try new things over and over and over again. I don't think anybody asked for it. That's the outcome memories drama, yeah. I mean, obviously hindsight is 20/20, like you can see that you messed up looking back, but a lot of the times you should be able to tell before you make something, you know, a stupid decision too. Okay. Let's whip out ye olde reference. Gonna get my gun. Add one like this. The outcome memories drama. Let me refresh my memory because it sounds really, really familiar. Outcome, memories, drama. Yes, okay, I remember. Yes, first I thought I remembered, and then I was like I wasn't sure anymore when you asked me again. But I do remember watching like a short video about this. Outcome, memories, game. Yes, the Sonic looking thing. Right, it was a fan game. Okay, yeah. Right, it was like a Dead by Daylight sort of Sonic thing. And then it was recently cancelled, I think, this past month, no, or something like that. Okay. I don't know all the details, but I remember seeing like the gist about the game or some such. They left the game after the drama. Interesting. Because I remember hearing it was cancelled recently. Or it stopped. But I guess that was after the drama. Okay, do I draw it that way? Or... No, that's okay. I mean, I have no issue with it, right? I always like learning about new things or hearing about stuff. Plus, under my YouTube description, like I can't do it on Twitch. I might change that, but I always say feel free to ask any questions during art streams, right? It's different if I'm playing a game or trying to do the story, but art streams, I feel like there isn't necessarily a lot to talk about anyway, so it's always good to just... Whatever you want to ask, I'm always open to checking it out. Plus, I mean, maybe I learn something interesting or discover some new game or something that I haven't heard of, and then it becomes a new interest of mine. Like, I don't really see the issue. What kind of games do I like? Well, see, I'm a big story person, RPGs, that sort of thing, like Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem, like Legend of Zelda stuff I played all the time. Xenoblade, I think, is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Persona. I played Persona 5 Strikers, and then a bit of Persona 5, but my old computer couldn't handle it, so I actually want to pick it up again. But I love RPGs, JRPGs, you know, story games like that, and then also kind of murder mysteries or like thriller-y games, so Danganronpa, all of them, done all that, Rain Code, so those ones are very like detective-y games. I love stuff like that too. And then I play like shooters the odd time, like Marvel Rivals is one I do actively play to this day. I just don't really know if my computer can handle streaming it. But yeah, I love darker stories, magic, fantasy, adventure, stuff like that, and then JRPGs. I like to sit down for a long time, you know, and play a game. So what I'm gathering from you is Maybe more mobile game sort of thing. Is that what Roblox is? You should play Link then? Is that the name of the game, or are you talking about Legend of Zelda? Okay. Link the Difference game. Interesting. I have to look this up now. Okay, you know what? We're gonna Google this now. Okay. I just hit my caps lock. Oops, okay. Link game. Is a puzzle game? No. Link the Difference game. Oh, sorry I didn't see your message there. MoxPlay1707, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Sorry, my YouTube chat is currently having a stroke today, so I have to keep tapping out. Okay, when you said link the game, I'm only finding one game about connecting dots, and then the rest of it is just Legend of Zelda. So, the actual game is called Link? Like Link's Awakening? Or... I just typed different, not different. Yeah. Link, the Different game. Interesting, I can't find anything about it. MoxPlay, weird question. How to draw... I asked what I remembered a drawing that tries to put diapers on any characters that might look cute. Sorry if I'm interrupting. No, that's okay. I don't know, I've never really drawn sort of infant characters before. I have no idea, honestly. Okay, let me tab back in. Let me try and fix my multi-chat. I'm currently trying to tab between different windows, and it's making it a pain, because for some reason my OBS is having a stroke. There we go. Where should we go? Maybe have the handle like this? I don't know what I'm doing. One second, I heard a noise. I definitely missed something. I feel like I'm hearing noises because the sound alert went off, and I thought I just don't want to miss anything. but nothing is showing up on my end, so I feel like my stream has just decided to be a weirdo today. You know what? Sheshire, focus. There we go. Back to this. You ever tried cheesecake? Yes, I have. You know what? I'm a big cheesecake enjoyer. I'm just, food enjoyer in general. Let me pull up the activity feed. Oh, it's the goddamn music in the song. I thought there was a notification playing because it sounds like the Twitch notification. And it's the... I'm going crazy. Sorry, I thought there was voices that I was hearing, basically. Yeah, so cheesecake... I'm pretty much fine with any kind, actually. I think toppings, all that sort of things, too. Like, I love a good strawberry cheesecake. But... no, it's great. I like strawberry... yeah, same. They're great. You know, I've never actually tried blueberry cheesecake before. Right, like I hear. I hear it's good, it's sweet, it tastes like anything else, but yeah, I've only ever had strawberry cheesecake. Peaches on her cheesecake, that I've never heard of before. I wonder what that's like. Interesting. I mean, there's so many different types and versions of stuff, I'm sure. I've heard of seeds on cheesecake before, like a pumpkin topping. Oh, that's what it was. Mox Play Scrabs, thank you so much for subscribing. So there was a sound notification. Sorry if I missed that. I just was going crazy, I guess. And the music in the background also sounds like the notification. You looked? There aren't any tutorials for drawing it? Yeah, I mean, it's a niche thing. I was gonna say, actually, you know what? Let me know if you find a tutorial for drawing that. That'd be interesting. Okay, sorry, I was pulling up YouTube on my phone there so I can get it going. I really hate that today of all days I don't have the multi-chat functioning. Okay, you know what? Gonna focus again. I don't know, in terms of desserts, back to you what you were saying, I'm much more of like an earthy, not too sweet sort of thing, like carrot cake or like banana bread, pumpkin pie, anything like that, nice fall. I love a good fall flavor sort of thing. Or even like poppy seed strudel. I used to have it way back in the day, but I haven't had it in ages. But stuff like that is always great. Okay, now we are. Need to make sure that the arms are relatively consistent too. One second, you know what? Let me just pull up my YouTube thing. This is going to make it a little bit easier. Now, I don't know how detailed I'm going to make the hunting rifle. I just want to get the sketch done, and then I'm going to start to line art this. Alrighty. But yeah, back to earlier, if you ever have any questions, do feel free to ask. I'd never have any issues with them. That's the whole point. I love talking. Yeah, never feel bad for any sort of questions whatsoever. there was a way. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Let's go back to this. Okay. I need to... See, I've actually fired guns before back in the day, but I don't exactly remember what they look like. I don't really have a lot of the detail. You remember the rough shape of it usually? Like, I have to keep looking at a reference. Something like that. Right. So it arcs up a little bit. And then kind of bends down. Dun, 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 dun. My sanity take down. My broken hearts, they intertwine. You take a ball and shake the... Okay, no, this way. I feel like the barrel is absolutely not the right shape. So let me thin that out. Make it smaller. Little pin like that. And just a little tab like this. I feel like I want to make sure that this isn't leaning too. The rest of that's fine. Okay. Little circular pin that hooks onto it on the side, something like this. And there we go. Pop the arm out a little bit. Something like that. And then we'll erase this bit. And then I'll add the little tiny piece at the end. Okay, and then that'll make up the sash that is going across the shoulder there. Erase that. Or do I hold it from the bottom like this? Do I arch the arm further back? Like that. And then have it grabbing it from underneath in like a reverse grip, maybe? Like something like that. Okay, so now I feel like... Let's try that. With the hands, grabbing it like this, like a thumb. Okay, maybe that might be a little bit better. Little fingies like that. We'll add this cuffs to the outfit. And then right, what I was doing earlier, the hair over that. And then I feel like, because it is more of an Arctic climate, I could add fur to it, like little fur around the neck. Something like that, maybe. Okay, now that might be some fur there. Let's do a coat like this. Dun, dun, dun. I'll add some more fur on it here. Alright, and the stream is still live? Okay, just making sure I didn't do something horribly wrong again. You never know. No. For any of you who don't know Smugglana, she's a VTuber who does reaction content. Covers, you know, drama, fun stuff, like gender war crap. Just all sorts of drama-y videos, or just like goofy ones, memes, that sort of thing. Been following her stuff for a while. Let me go back to her reference. And for anyone who is unaware, Mondays, we're going to try and do Military Mondays because I'm just a fan of the outfits like that, so we're going to start and just picking random people and drawing them in military outfits. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do most Mondays going forward. And then last week I tried, right, OBS was a little bit scuffed, but Fashion Friday, which is instead of like one fixed outfit, we'll just do like people in different outfits on Fridays, right? The rest of the week it could be different stuff, just working on other drawings, that sort of thing. But Mondays and Fridays are going to be specifically for outfits from now on. I mean, hopefully that way we get to explore different fun stuff. There we go. This is Smugglana. Da, da. Da, 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 da. And let me get the military outfit ready here. I feel like I should add buttons or something else like that. Dun, 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 dun. Two. I feel like three is always, it's always just like a good bet to put 3 buttons. The rule of threes just works well. That's 2. Okay. And the last button we'll put like right there. Dun, 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 dun. So probably do some more like that. Or we just leave the buttons like the way they are. That little suit blown up like this. I feel like maybe I should give her a band around the arm too. I don't know why, but I just feel like band around the arm is very much military. Or I take it off. Never mind. That might just confuse the silhouette. Little pouch here. Or, the pouch is way too big, so we'll just draw like a little side pocket here instead. Dun, 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 dun. Fading under the neck. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to add fur to the bottom of this. Probably makes the most sense in a cold climate. There we go, we'll just fur line the entire jacket. like that. There we go. Okay. Let me turn that back on now. I just need to make sure I wasn't leaking anything when I tapped over. Okay, we'll erase part of this, and I think that might be where we end up for today. Just a little short stream. Not finished yet, but I will post just this as a sketch there, and then we can continue some other time. Okay. I feel like I can put the tail here. Da, da, da. I don't know if it makes sense to just have the tail behind her. But maybe have the tail something like here at the edge, and then that way it's kind of blowing backwards. Also, wait, I don't think I did a go live posting today, which is unfortunate. But nothing you can do, I'll just remember next time. You'll have the tail underneath like this. I think that makes sense. Yeah, the tail is coming underneath it. Underneath the little coat. Now, you know what? I don't know if I like the tail like that necessarily, but that's something for me to figure out another time. Should it be underneath the coat? I don't know about that anymore. Okay, and then maybe I had some belty bits here instead. Yeah, like little buttons here just in case. You wanted to do it fully, you had the option. There we go. Is anything? Do I want the tail like that? Where's her tail? It's a big tail. Or do I just pretend like it's underneath the coat? Do I give her a big hat? No, I don't think so. Okay, we'll erase that last bit. And then we'll put some detail on the eye there. Just looking down, maybe something like that. Okay, let's put this back on. There we go. Do I like the eyes? No, let me take rid of that. Just gonna be like staring off into the sunset? No. Make the eyes wider like this. Or should they be more stern? Like that. You know what? No, I think her eyes should be sort of dead on, dead center, straight on. Okay. And there we are. This is where we're at today. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. I hope you had some fun at least, or I was able to entertain you or distract you for a little bit. No. I think that might be it. Let me see if I'm going to raid into somebody on Twitch or not. We'll just double check, but I think that we're going to end it here. We're just going to end stream. Thanks so much, both on YouTube and Twitch, for coming by. I appreciate you so much. The name's Sheshire, the Devil's Not So Funny Jester, and I'll see you all later. Bye.